we're looking ahead of the weekend?
Ahead of the weekend, the goal is to bounce back and get two wins. We had a disappointing loss last week, so just trying to come back and just redeem ourselves.
And I suppose, has it been a tough week at training given that disappointing loss?
Yeah, it was a tough week. Just getting back to the basics. We had a good week. Just getting in the gym. We've done a lot of little things. Trying to reduce our turnovers and stuff like that. We're just ready to go.
What did the team learn from the game? Obviously, 7-game winning streak. Obviously, a disappointing loss last week. What did you take away from it?
We got to take care of the ball and finish games. I think that's big for us. We've had a few close ones like that throughout the season. They finally caught up to us.
And so, obviously, Launceston on the weekend. What sort of side are they like? Are they a pretty competitive side?
Yeah, they're competitive. They shoot the ball very well, so we'll have to, contain them on the three-point line and also rebound. I think that's going to be a big thing for us going forward and for the rest of the season.
Obviously disappointing loss last week. Are you guys looking to make a bit of a statement this week?
For sure.
Sort of bounce back and
for sure,
at home?
definitely going to try and bounce back in a strong way at home and play for 40 minutes. That's the goal, and play hard for 40 minutes. Not play 2 quarters, not 3, but 4, and see what the results give us.
Well, speaking of minutes, you were along with the rest of the starters on some very, very heavy ones last week. Do you think you guys will be looking towards more to the bench this week to sort of get a bit more production out of there?
I don't think so. I think we do a great job of taking care of our body. Coach does a great job of doing that during the week, and I think we'll all be ready to go by the weekend, feeling good.
That's good. So you're feeling fresh?
Yes.
Yeah. And what do you guys know about the Thunder?
They shoot the ball very well. They have some nice bigs down low that block shots. It's going to be on us to control the game and run them guys off the three-point line and take away what they do well.
And how does that style sort of suit you guys if they're a bit of a running gun team? You guys are pretty defensive minded. Do you guys like playing those kinds of teams?
We're going to see. I don't think we've played a team that shot the ball as well as them, but we'll see how we carry this weekend.
Yeah. And I suppose, how did you find the crowd here last week? Coming off the 7-game winning streak, was it pretty loud?
Yeah, it was a good atmosphere. It was just as intense as when we played Bendigo. So I'm looking forward to another great crowd and hope, like I said, redeeming ourselves and giving them something to come and watch.
You're coming off a 30-point game. Do you reckon you can get another one?
We'll see. I'm just going to play and take what teams give me and take it from there.
Too easy.
Shanice, do you want to take us through how you're feeling ahead of the weekend?
I think my team and I are feeling pretty confident. We're on a 2-game winning streak right now. We're trying really hard not to be complacent. We're trying to continue working hard and try to figure out the little things that we need to work on, sort of moving forward and sort of build off that.
Has that changed anything at training given those 2 wins?
Not a whole lot. I think we have been going pretty hard the entire time this season, so we're just pretty much locking in defensively and sort of keeping an offensive mindset of keeping everyone involved and making sure that everyone is on the right track.
And what do you think will be the biggest challenge of the weekend?
This weekend, just the doubleheader that we have Saturday and Sunday, going from a home game to an away game, going from the great atmosphere that we have at home, great support we have from our community and stuff like that. So we're just looking forward to sort of remaining composed and sort of being locked in that we not only have to win Saturday's game, but also win Sunday's game.
How are you going to keep that momentum going, I suppose, between those 2 games?
Well, the thing about doubleheaders and us being in the same, area is that we get to hang out with each other and sort of build that chemistry with one another and just sort of learn from each other.
What the opposition like the tough side, and what were you looking to? How were you looking to overcome them? I suppose.
What was the question again?
Sorry, how are the opposition looking in the game, and what strengths they bring to the game?
They look really good. They're both really solid teams, and they have some really nice shooters and drivers and post players. So we're just focused on sort of, keeping everyone in front of us and owning our matchups this weekend.
Do you have any questions? Yeah.
Yeah. Look, now that you're obviously a few games into the season now, it was a bit of a tough start. But are you guys happy, with the way you're gelling and the chemistry and all that?
Yeah. So we had a pretty rough start, losing the first 6 games, I believe. So But during that time, we sort of stayed together and sort of, was telling each other that, we believe in each other, we believe that we're going to turn the season around, and just that belief in one another has helped us win the last 2 games that we did win. So we're just keeping that same mindset going forward.
And how have you been feeling lately? You were hurt previously.
Feeling great. My teammate, is great support. The community is a great support. So just having them behind me and having my back through everything is amazing.
And how was it having your first home win here on the weekend?
It was great. Really enjoyed it. Everyone in the crowd, in the stands and stuff, and the kids that were there to enjoy the game. Just a really great atmosphere, and it's great for the basketball in Ballarat.
Yeah, cool. And you've found a bit of form as of late. Do you think you'll continue to come off the bench, or do you think you'll move into a starter's role soon? Or?
Whatever Coach Hazy wants me to do, I'll do it for the team. So we'll go from there.
Through both for Miners and Rush, how we're looking ahead of the weekend.
Yeah, look, I think both teams are still relatively confident. We're coming off our first loss in an overtime game, and we every week you play somebody that can beat you if you're not, bringing it on the night. So we've been pretty consistent, and we're looking to play consistent. In regard to the Rush, they've done really well the last 2 games, and so I'm really pleased, and I think everybody's pleased to see that get those wins on the board. If they can get 2 wins this weekend, they're in finals contention, even if they split. So we talked about how they, stayed positive, and you could see that it was coming. And once they got Shanice back, obviously that extra player has really helped as far as depth-wise. So, they're highly competitive right now, and they're chock full of confidence, I think, going into these 2 games.
What will the Miners look to do differently this weekend?
We won't do anything differently, really. We're 7-1. I think that's our record. What we'll do is continue to do what we do and just do it for longer periods. We've got some good learnings out of the game against the Centre of Excellence. Whether you win or lose, you try and play consistent basketball. You try and stick to what you do well. So that's really what we'll continue to do. But we know we're playing 2 teams that, if we don't bring it, you can be knocked off. Sandringham showed that by beating Kilsyth a couple of weeks ago, which were on top at that point in time. And Northwest Tassie's had a couple of good wins, but both teams play pretty similar. We'll be focused on trying to take away their strengths and attack their weaknesses. They get up a lot of threes. So when we go into each game, we're always planning on trying to take away the strengths of our opponent and play to our strengths. So that's really not, we're going to continue to do the same things in each game.
I suppose with the doubleheader, is that any concern about getting to that second game and bringing that same energy?
Yeah, there always is, and we've already had a doubleheader playing Kilsyth, which was at that point in time again on top of the ladder. We knocked them off, and then we came in. Our energy was slow out of the blocks against Alpha, but we really picked it up in the second half. So we've already had the experience of the doubleheader. The guys and girls know what to expect, and in the girls' case, they came out and played strong in the second game to get their first win on the board. So that's part and parcel. Everybody's got to have a few double headers, and we've only got a couple left. But I see it as an opportunity to get 2 wins and really entrench ourselves as far as setting ourselves up for playoff basketball. But still a long way to go. The first one's here. What we will be really keen to do is get another win at home. You take care of business away, and you want to reward yourself at home. So it's really important that we come out and when we do that against Northwest Tassie first up.
Will you guys be fully healthy this week, Miners, I mean?
Yeah, well, it looks like we'll have Marquise back, and that's going to obviously add some depth to our team. Not having him is made it tough, but again, we've performed well without him, so it's a huge bonus to get him back.
Yeah, I saw the starters log some pretty heavy minutes on the weekend. Will that extra depth take the pressure off a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I said in particular Sam. We've been utilising Quani a little bit to play the point, which is not his natural position, but he can hold up an end. And he's shown that, but certainly Marquise can play both those positions, and that certainly will help in regard to, I guess, Sam's minutes. And I've already had the chat with Sam, and that's going to allow him to stay a little bit fresher for not only each quarter, but for the games, both games, on the weekend.
Yeah. And how do you match up against the Thunder?
Yeah, look, it's pretty good actually playing. I've already looked at some video of both teams. They really put up a lot of threes and contested threes, not just uncontested threes. So that can be, if they get rolling, obviously that's difficult to stop. But in saying that, if we can contest those threes and play good defence and rebound, we're going to be able to run it down their throat because you know, they're going to be in trouble if they take those sorts of shots and they're not going in, because I expect us to just get our running game going. And if not, then we've got to be patient and execute on the offensive end. So, you know, already looking at, they're going to get up threes no matter what, both teams. So we've got to make sure we're switched on defensively, contest those threes. And if you contest those threes, that usually lowers their shooting percentages, which opens a gate for us to run.
Yeah, fantastic. And obviously the Rush are on a 2-game winning streak now. Are you happy with the way they've come together in the past few weeks?
Yeah, as I said, I'm not the coach of the Rush, but they had a little bit to do with some of the girls with their individual development, and Eric's done a great job, in particular the last couple of weeks. I think you can just tell they're feeling a lot more positive about each other. I think Shanice, as I said, you know, the criticisms of the team really without Shanice probably weren't warranted. They were lacking depth as well, and the fact that they had so many road games, and now they've put 2 together. What's that? That's 2 of the 13 that were predicted in a row, so they've got 11 to go.
And just from what you've seen of them, what do you think their biggest strengths are?
Oh, well, I think right now, you know, the ability to shoot the basketball, and they've got 2 guards that can play 1 and 2, Shanice and Georgia, you know, that combination, both of them can carry the point, but if need to, they can put points on the board. Olivia's been consistent from day one. She can shoot the hell out of the basketball, so they better not leave her open. But, you know, it's to a point where her confidence, she can make some contested shots, so, and has the ability to put the ball on the deck, and it's great to see Lucy get going and Joy. So you look at that first 5 in particular, it's a pretty balanced 5, and they've got a good balance now of interior outside. So, you know, they're going to be something to deal with, and hopefully they can continue to play well and get more wins on the board.